Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with Marvel Rivals. And thankfully today I wasn't having complete tech problems again. Guys, if you didn't see Tuesday's stream, I will say consider it, I've watched you mismatch, but it took me like 3 or 4 attempts before, because it took me an attempt before stream, before it actually recognised that I set up a stream on YouTube side. Then it took me like 3 or 4 attempts to actually get it so my audio was being picked up. So, which is annoying. Also guys, at time of recording, not the time of recording, time of streaming, which being Friday, I don't know whether tomorrow's video is going to have audio or not. I've not even started editing it yet because, basically, yesterday's video, I didn't know until I was editing, which was late. That I was going through and I'm like, oh, okay, order there. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. Why haven't I said the fact of, why am I like, you know, I go 3-4 minutes into trying to get into a hunt. Why haven't I said we're acting like a minute or so? And so I checked the rest of it and I'm like, oh, God's sake, there's no audio, is there? So I basically cut it down to a slim point, still kept it because it was still overall a good video. There was just no audio. I did put in the description of that video, so if you've not seen it, then not what I was expecting, but okay, we're going to jump into a game of Blood Hunt. I think this game I've been saying I want to try. Also, if you can't hear anything, it's no fan. I've said a few times this week, but it is.
Dracula wishes to reclaim my city. You call yourselves New York's guardians. Now is the time to prove it. They want blood, but so do I.
Yeah, guys, I've said a few times this week, it's hot. Like, the one annoying thing is, as I was editing Craftmon, I was like, okay, so you can definitely hear it. I'm gonna try not to have it in every video, or at least have it for, say, 5-10 minutes in every, like, 20-30 minutes or so. Just have it through first, or try and time when I know for a fact I'm just gonna be editing that part. Basically, I'm just gonna time around to points where it's not too often, and to points where I know the parts are gonna get edited out. Also, I don't know why, but recently I've been wanting to get into Moon Knight, because I've never played him, but basically, I've mentioned this because Marvel Rivals it's got the Marvel Legends doing a sub-team about Marvel Rival characters, well, specifically action figures based off this game. And considering the fact that I wouldn't necessarily say I love or hate any of the basic games in this game, like I think I've said more than once that Spider-Man looks a bit. It doesn't. I look at the suit and I don't really see Peter Parker. But at the same point, I want a Luna Snow figure, and it actually looks like a good Luna Snow figure. So will I be picking up, because what it is a Venom and Jeff. I do need a Venom, and I think the only other good option is a Game Over, so maybe. Punisher, Moon Knight single pack. And then Spider-Man and Luna Snow. I'm definitely picking up Spidey and Luna Snow to a point where, because I want a mainline Red and Blue Spider-Man suit. I don't have one for my collection. I want one. See, because I don't go and basically go and be like, when I pick up figures, I try and get what I personally think is the best, whether it actually is or not. And so I generally don't try and like overlap. So, for instance, the Fantastic Four, the way I'm probably going to have them end up having them displayed is probably going to be in their future Foundation suits. I want the Spider-Man, I want Mr. Fantastic, I want Spider-Man, I want the Invisible Woman, and I do like the Thing. Reed is probably the only one that I'm not like 100% like, oh my god. But I do love that 2-pack, and I do definitely want the other two. But beforehand, if you'd asked me whether the fact that I like Moon Knight or anything or Punisher, I would have been like, they're cool characters, just I don't care about either one. And so, because of that, figure that I do think I probably will end up picking up probably will be the Moon Knight, because it does look good. My only problem is, I know the blocky versions, because I have blocky versions are technically better, but counterpoint, I like my Marvel Legends figures. I like Marvel Legends because, while they're not the best versions of each of the characters that they do, they're all on the same scale. And I get a variety of perks. I was gonna say, how come both Punishers aren't doing better?
Go through that building up ahead, and stay on guard as you approach the station.
But yeah, like, I wouldn't, like, I've never really been interested in Punisher and Spider-Man, Moon Knight. But the Marvel Legends figures do look good. Again, for me, Punisher looks what I think he should look like. For me, Punisher should look like more of a bulkier dude. Don't get me wrong, because I can't think of his name. Nothing against the dude who played him in live action.
Time waits for no one. Rapid deployment commencing. More vampires.
Like, again, nothing against that dude, because I've not seen the Punisher series or movie. And as far as I can tell, he does look pretty good in Spider-Man Brand New, newest Spider-Man movie. But, for me, I think he does about, but I don't think his action figure looks so cool. But for me personally, for figure form, I'd want something a bit more bulkier. The dude carries around a load of weapons. He's a literal walking arsenal half the time. And why he isn't always like that, personally that's how I see him. So, and because of that, I think he should be a bit more bulkier. And not alright with one does that. Do. Damn it. But yeah, like personally, he should. And the only thing I don't like about the Moon Knight from Marvel Rivals, from the Marvel Legends Rivals series, is the game. Now, I don't think it were out yet, but like I've been told and seen, it's not a sort of game. Now, they go for the Star Wars line, so I don't want to kind of do it for the Marvel Legends line. I wish it was. But then again, there have been figures that, like, for instance, a figure I like is the Ironheart, more classic red and blue version. Now, that doesn't have the repulsor, the sort of blasting off sort of hands that I'd want, because I'd want them on a joint, and they're just some pegs. But it is still a cool figure, even if it doesn't have that. To the point where I bought a custom rescue armor version of it. So, but yeah, so even though it's probably like, see, my favorite I figure I've probably got is either the Spider-Woman MJ figure, because I really want to get that. I tried to pick up the Extreme with Iron Man armor, and I've got a few. I've also got a couple more coming, but I won't be getting them until I'll be here, but I won't be getting them until my birthday, because I have a birthday present.
I'll have to handle this myself.
Two I have got, like, one I did get was the MCU, and where's that in Hannah, like minifigures? Jesus Christ, my hero level went up for Moon Knight a lot. I'll say no, Bloodhunt was fun. I don't remember if it was always that fun or whether originally it wasn't. But checking the store, I did hear about Wolverine X 2099. And all I can say is, why can't you get a classic red and blue, yellow and blue suit? Like, why can't he get his old? Why can't he get a classic version of his suit that's not the MCU? It is Psylocke. It's Black Cat. I was like, is that Psylocke? Granted, I do actually think it's a cool skin. I'd probably go purple. It's like, I don't think any of them are that bad. I kind of wish it was a black with the pink and white stripes. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, that was an announcement, wasn't it? No, I mean, going to the event page for us. What's it? What's new? Well, what's new? You are kidding me. Ah! Is it just a case I'd get the emote? Because I'm 99%... Okay, no idea. But yeah, so quickly go into Wolverine to have a nice little Wolverine discussion. The only comic, not even comic accurate, but the closest I would say you've got to a comic inspired suit is a Deadpool and Wolverine suit, where they tried to go comic accurate, because guys, a joke that both the 97 made, based on a joke that the 2000s era made, was, I think it was Wolverine talking to like Rogue or Iceman, one or two, back in like, I think it was like X2, and he's like, what do you think we're going to be wearing, spandex? And Cyclops says to Nathan in 97, when he tells him to suit up, and he's looking at, he's like, what are we expecting? Black leather. They make the joke out of the fact of, in the comics, you do typically see heroes in spandex, and in live action, at least in the early 2000s, the X-Men were wearing leather because it was easier. Do I personally agree with that choice? No, I would have loved to have seen a comic accurate Wolverine, and we did kind of get that one with this. Would I have loved to see this 97 look in this? Yes. You put in X-Men Wolverine, a Wolverine in the X-Men, X-Men Evolution, or his 97 suit, whether it be from Season 1, or if we potentially get, say, Season 2, depending on what the suit does look like in Season 2, I more than likely would end up picking it up. Because a lot of my problems with Wolverine suits are, that to me just shouts out Logan. Not Wolverine. This just to me does shout out Logan. A lone hunter, a lone wolf. You got Blood Berserker, 2099 to future. Dog Brother X. His identity is Patch, as he literally just emerged from Weapon X. The Winter Soldier program. Lone Wolf, which is a rethink of that, and then Deadpool and Wolverine. I would have loved to have seen. Nah, I will say now, guys. It's just a golden variation of that. That's cooler. I'll say, I did hear about this skin, but I don't look at that and see Felicia Hardy. Now, it could just be the fact I'm too used to seeing Psylocke in skins like this. Don't get me wrong, I think the skin suits her. I don't really... How much is the skin? That's the bundle, not happening. Tempted, because it wouldn't be too bad. Again, I'm tempted, but I don't really want to be buying more skins this week. I said buy more skins this week. Because I did get the Balm Hazard earlier in the week. Just because there are a few skins on there that I want. For instance, the Mantis, I wanted the skin. I don't have it equipped because I do kind of prefer summer skin, and it is currently summer. Gambit was one I did want because I don't think it's his best skin in the world. Again, why I don't think that's his best skin in the world, I do definitely like it. And I do definitely want a Gambit skin. Same for Rogue. Like, I want a Rogue skin. Again, I could be wrong, but anytime I look at this, all I see is a Gundam. But like I say, I wanted a Rogue skin. I probably will end up going for the black and blue. If not the good see, I don't really want to go for the red and white because when I look at that, I see the fact of someone being like, "Good old America." And that would be one of the last things I do. No offense to the Americans. But no. But I kind of think the black and blue is just a bit more cooler. And a bit more closer to what I know Rogue as. My first introduction to Rogue was in X-Men Evolution. Where she was, I don't want to say goth baddie. Where she was more gothic. Wore more darker clothes and had more of a darker suit. Had more of a green and black aspect. And that is definitely more of that. But again, I don't completely hate the base one. I do think this just takes her normal skin and still makes it look cool. I forgot about the cowboy bundles. If I was, I probably would go the all black because I think it looks the nicest. Is that Venom? It is. Guys, I know for a fact that loads of these because I check before every time I stream. Again, I don't see Venom when looking at that. Yeah, there is like the essence of the fact that you can tell from it, like ripping a lot, but I don't see Venom. Anyway. Time to go back to the regular quickly. I might chuck in one more game of Bloodlust. What's it, Bloodlust? Blood Hunt after this. Yeah, guys, getting back to the Marvel Rivals figure conversation. Again, my only problem with the Moon Knight is after the cape.
Pick your hero.
I think figures like that should have soft capes because same reason I think figures like Batman should. The amount of acrobatics he does, you see the cape moving with him. If he's just a case of like jumping, throwing bat around, and then doing a barrel roll to land it. Gonna wait to see if who we get before I do pick.
Freedom's an idea.
Captain America and his mighty shield.
If we don't stand up for what's
But yeah, so Moon Knight overall I do like, same with the Punisher. A Spider-Man I've grown on.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I do actually like the figure. Luna Snow, as long as it is decent, I'm not going to be disappointed. Again, until I see them in hand, I'm not going to 100% know. Who left that pet? That does not look like a dog to me. But the Spider-Man Lunar Snow 2-pack looks cool. Again, I wish they were single releases.
2, 1.
Just because personally for me, would I be picking up Spider-Man if it wasn't a 2-pack? Maybe not. It would depend. It full on would depend. I think I'd probably end up pressuring myself into it and then end up loving it in the end. A 2-pack that I damn slightly annoyed at is the Venom Jeff 2-pack. Yes, I know there's probably not much they could have done with Jeff, but at the same point, it's kind of a case of we're getting, because Jeff's legs might be possible, I don't 100% know. It's been a while since I saw the real trailers. But at the same point, if Jeff's basically not posable, I am going to be slightly annoyed. But at the same point, if at bare minimum, bare minimum for me would be something that size would be the feet are movable, like you can adjust them, and that you get like some movement from like the tail. If not, the mouth could like open up. But I think we are just getting a bare minimum with Jeff, which isn't the worst thing. Because on one hand, yeah, I would like some movement, but on the other hand, if they are basically putting like 99% of their budget into the Venom, and then Jeff is just like a nice little thing where it's like, this is not too expensive to mold a lot, then good for them. I would say the annoyance of a few packs is the case that you don't really have easy customers options, because Venom, like you could like easy enough chuck like a second coat or something on it, and you'd get, you know, another symbiote, like Riot or something. But would you want to be buying another Jeff? If you wanted to make a symbiote Jeff, then it works perfectly. Same for the Spider-Man Lunar Snow 2-pack. If they both end up being really good figures and really great collectible, it'd be a 2-for-1 sort of deal where you'd be getting 2 good customization options. Because hopefully Lunar Snow figure is on the Black Widow body that came out a couple of years ago, which I will say no. I want them to re-release that exact figure. Now I know they have technically re-released it in the grey colour, and it's not the same figure that comes with the jetpack. It just looks very similar. But I was able to pick up not a complete version, but I was able to pick up a version of it from eBay. Not 100% complete. I was missing like a couple of hair accessories, just like a couple of different face sculpts, which isn't the worst thing in the world.
Maximum pulse.
But if they both end up being like a really great first ball of like on some of the best body molds, I would personally say, you want to do any customization on any figures, pick up a few copies of these. You get two figures, and it means, say if you want to make a custom MJ figure, and say, say another variation of Pete's suit, like a classic red and blue, like a normal classic red and blue. You've got that too, man. Like I was saying, when it comes to my favourite figures, part of me's a pain with it, because it's like, well, I want the figures that look cool and that look like the figures that look like who I'm supposed to represent. But I also want something that like doesn't just look like it comes straight from like, cause like the reason I don't typically buy the MCU figures is to the case of, well, I don't want them looking like the MCU.
If we don't stand up for what's
which
right, who will?
I've avoided a couple of occasions, but can't completely avoid. The Rescue Captain Marvel 2-pack does come with a head sculpt, but the reason I don't buy the MCU figures, another reason more specifically, and one of the, probably the main reason, is I don't want my figures looking like MCU actors. I get there's a market out there for that, and some people do want MCU representations. But personally, yeah, I'm not that fussed when it comes to it.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Which is what I typically do. There is one MCU figure that I probably won't end up missing, and that is the Hulk from Brand New Day. It does look like a good figure, and I do need a Hulk in my collection. I do need a Hulk for my Avengers. I also need a Thor, but I potentially... I'm willing to settle on James Foster from the MCU. At least for now.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
But yeah, at least for now, I'm willing to settle on the MCU version. But something I did also notice was the fact that, like, because I've basically, because at the minute they're all down in like a plastic bag right next to me.
Mission area is yours.
Is I'm like, I don't exactly have any villains from to fight, and that was part of the reason I got them. You get back here, spot up, Scarlet Spider. Also, guys, getting back to another point that I've said more than once. The reason why I know for a fact that we're never gonna get characters, people in this game like Red Hulk, Red Hulk, Red She-Hulk, She-Hulk, War Machine, Miles Morales, almost any of the Spider people, is because of things like Scarlet Spider. And there's another one, and female Loki. Scarlet Spider's powers are pretty much identical to Pete, but as far as I'm aware, he does have retractable single blades in the palm. In that part, but I could be wrong, and that could just be the same for one TV show. But, and again, female Loki, that was just a reskin on Loki. Like, if we ever get a Captain America Falcon suit, it'll either be a reskin of Captain America, or it'll be a reskin if we ever get Falcon. Which, I wouldn't be that surprised.
Keep going.
But at the same point, I don't think we will, at least for another while. Like, we got an MCU movie and they didn't, not saying that I have to line them up to MCU movies, but like, if a figure's getting a big debut, it makes sense. I'll say big debut. When a figure's getting like a character's getting a movie, it makes no sense. Captain America and his mighty shield refused to fall. Ah. Because his shield is unbreakable. It's not a fun game. I'm not surprised. Thought my cat processing would have been higher. And sorry, double. To be honest, that's actually a cool White Hulk skin, even though it is just a basic reskin. She's down at the bottom, isn't she? But yeah, even though it's like a basic reskin, I still like, see, I don't typically count these when I go over like skins. So yes, it's not the base skin, but like, I would count that. Like, because I don't really count this, because it's just basically a case of them going, What can we change? Teal and white and silver from... Oh, I know. Let's change the teal to pink, let's add some black into it, and then let's keep them white. Just maybe change it where it is. And then... that's about it. Which, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with that idea. But yeah guys, so when I do think Punisher, I do kind of think... I see more bulky than anything, because it's like more broader shoulders. Because to carry something like that, you know, more military grade bulk. Like someone who has, you know, who does like something like, you know, 200-300 push-ups, you know, a day. Even though for someone like that, it probably doesn't seem that much. Someone who does do like that, goes on like a 3-4 mile run. I think more of that when I think Punisher, just because the stuff that he's carrying. It could just be biased because of this game. But even getting to the Daredevil Born Again version, which I did not know was in this game. Did they change his face? It looks different because it doesn't have the paint on it. Which is rare. Like, don't get me wrong, I overall do like this outfit. Much more than the base skin. I just kind of prefer the blacks. Like, one thing I probably would do is probably do a full black like coat over. We'll do one more blood hunt. Ah. Traits. But yeah, playing Moon Knight was really fun. But the thing is, one thing I am about is the fact of... because one thing I do love about this game is, and I kind of want them to stick to like the sort of premises. Things like like I had briefly heard of Devil Dinosaur. I had never heard of Luna Snow, and I never heard of Jeff.
Dracula,
And I like that about this game.
You call yourselves New York.
Like, I like the fact this game brings... don't get me wrong, I also think every now and then we should get characters like Tony Stark, Peter Parker, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Scott Summers, when he finally gets out into the game, Felicia Hardy, Thor, Hulk. I do think we should get some more popular characters. But at the same point, I also do think that we should get, say, one potentially popular character per season. Like, see, White Fox, I'd never heard of until this game. And I do think we should get, like, one popular character, potentially stay near the end of the season. And then one not so popular character, like someone who's not had spotlight for a little while. And that way we get to see some, like, unpopular, like, for instance, Devil Dinosaur Cyclops. I think it's a good thing. It's been a while since Devil Dinosaur's been, like, not including comics, because not everyone reads them, but TV show-wise, I mean, one, we haven't had a Hulk show in a while, and I think Devil is more connected up to Hulk. At least that person what I connect him up to. But again, that's the range for Smash. With probably temptations to Smash. Like, he's not been seen in live action. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see him in live action. Like, a good Hulk movie for me would be a case of, you know, say Devil Dinosaur, going on a rampage, a giant T-Rex, and, you know, Hulk tries to get involved, stop him, Red Hulk tries to get involved, She-Hulk tries to get involved, and they all end up in, and we can introduce a bomb from that. Him get caught and say a science experiment gone wrong. And
never surrender. Move quickly. The creatures are coming from Grand
which I think
Central
would be
Station,
really cool.
and they seem to be running from something. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once.
But yeah, I think would be really.
Time waits.
I forgot he could fly.
Rapid deployment commencing. Vampires everywhere. Stick together and eliminate them all.
But yeah, like I like to like characters that we don't see much of. A character I'd love to see in live action, Red She-Hulk. Again, I think the Hulk would be a great idea for that. Now, would I love to see both that and a Devil Dinosaur going on a rampage and not knowing how to like control their powers or something? Yes. Because I don't think every MCU movie needs a bad guy. And they have a real bad issue of not doing Hulk movies. So they're not chucking Hulk in anything that doesn't. Whether it is for some contract reasons, I'm not 100% sure.
Never surrender.
But they don't chuck Hulk into movies unless he's in like a few other people. She-Hulk, he was in with She-Hulk. All four Avengers movies. Avengers 1, 2, and 4.
More vampires. Fight your way through the hole.
Jesus Christ. Aren't you all?
Another less than noble sacrifice.
Game, it'd be nice to respawn sooner.
These vigilantes never surrender.
But literally, okay, so one Jeff is somewhat catching up to me, but I've got double. Almost double his. Like, I just need to get up to 100 and I've doubled, Here's Baton. How have I not noticed them?
Grand Central Station is just across the bridge. Break through that magic barrier and brace yourselves for company.
Damn it. But yeah, like, I'd love to see a Hulk movie. I'd love to see Red She-Hulk.
Deployment commencing. Another wave is coming.
Because I don't think of a time, I can't think of a time where we've actually seen Red She-Hulk TV show wise. Yes, there's been the odd Lego thing. There's I think it was called Project Red, where a bunch of red-based named characters, Red She-Hulk, Red Guardian, like the whole premise is around like Red Guardian and Black Widow. You can tell it's, you know, got a lot of MCU representation in it. I will fight until my last breath.
Vigilantes never surrender. Very much. Another less than noble sacrifice. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. These vigilantes never surrender.
Aren't you know?
Another less than noble sacrifice.
Jesus Christ.
These vigilantes never surrender.
Gotta protect both Jeffs. That was stressful. Let me go through it. Ah, yes, we just have to break the barrier.
Move forward, carefully.
Dracula will come to see
To
you.
the station, and it didn't look human.
Jess, we protect each other. That is not right, Jess. They're shocked. They can't understand me, can they?
Hello, I'm Captain America. One of those freaks from the Monster Kingdom, no doubt.
Aww. It would have been cool to see them do Dracula. I know when they didn't. Like, don't get me wrong, I do get why they didn't, because they then would have people being like, the exact same thing happened with Doom. Doom's been mentioned a lot in this game, and yet it's like, nope. See, how does it surprise that we don't have in this game are things like Magneto, he's a big X-Men villain, and we have a good group of X-Men. Doctor Doom, he's a Fantastic Four villain, we have all the Fantastic... We have the main four for the Fantastic Four. There are a couple others, there's like an Inhuman and She-Hulk that has been, and Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider that have been, and Hulk and Wolverine, but the only one out there we don't have is Ghost Rider. And so, again, we have those, but we don't have Ghost Rider. We have Ultron. We have Loki. We don't have Thanos. So, again, it would be really cool just to see more villains. Because I get it, everyone's like, oh my god, we want this hero, this hero, this hero. But same point, they could also chuck a bounty out here and there. Not today, Captain America and your mighty shield.
Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender.
Jeff, hold on! Keep swimming! Keep swimming, you long shots. Well, I will say, this part of the game with true support is definitely useful. like, it is 100% useful. I have no idea how much damage we need to do to this thing too. Is it just a case of get it down from stupid health? Right. Because that's doable. Okay, so it's only down to like 9,000 and something. Double slash attack. Okay, yes guys, you can definitely tell I've been watching way too much My Heroes and like pulling down my attacks. Which I think is dumb and funny at the same point. Because on one hand, it's even the degree going, one for all, 120%! Is cool. On the other hand, if I saw someone about to charge at me with like a fist at and going like, oh, so he's about to punch me, I'd be like, sidestep to the left.
These vigilantes never surrender.
Sidestep to the right. Like, I'd be sidestepping that shit, if I could. I'd attempt it anyway, because it's giving me a chance to. But same point of view, it's like, oh, 20%! And just, like, I'm disgracing myself.
Another less than noble sacrifice.
No.
Just as I
Have it. We got close. Oh, so no, it's definitely a harder battle.
Vigilantes. I'll have to handle this myself.
MVP! I'll say there's no, wasn't expecting it. Actually, that's like 100% was. I just completely forgot. Like, I think there was a part of me in the beginning where I was like, oh, a lot, like, ooh, I probably will. Although I will say now, I do definitely need to play this game more often than I actually do, because, guys, I say I need to play more Marvel Rivals. Especially when there's things like, you know, this, like, for instance, Sonic Trailblazers game for Luna. I want to get it. I've been saying this for like 2 weeks now. Still haven't. Sacrilege. Well, that's one highlight that won't be getting used. Also, guys, ooh, actually, quickly talk this. Let me know whether the round. Let me know whether when it comes to when it does come to me, basically, because chucking whether like when it comes to me chucking all the MVPs from a month into essentially one very quick video. Because I'll be honest now, that took me not that long to sort. Because all I did was chuck the MVPs already in, plus one I'd already had sort of edited into, without like completely not noticing, all into one thing.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
We'll see how the game goes.
I'm Luna Snow. Like the moon, I shine in darkness.
Actually, to be fair, the only role I wouldn't have played in quick play would have been DPS, but again, I did 2 blood hunts, so even some out. Also, guys, I say the fact that I'm not just going to leave my fan on for the full amount of time.
Maybe I can do
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Your name is Popstar, right?
for a small amount of time, and I completely forgot it was on. But because, like, I don't know if people probably get fed of me saying this, but UK weather's, it's obviously too hot. It's a heat wave.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
Although also, guys, I've had to deal with worse heat. I say worse heat,
All you need to do
somewhat
is
worse.
capture the mission area. Got it?
Basically, back when I was in high school, we'd have the morning assemblies.
I want to be a part of putting it back together.
And
Thanks for the shield.
they'd function a case of, you know, as they would, like had a year going over a bunch of stuff all at once. Because there was a head of the school and then head of the year. And for my first year of high school, where the assemblies were was in what ended up being the room I ended up doing drama in for my last 2 years. Now, something I should mention about that room is it's the worst place to be in summer. It's a black room where we're already wearing dark clothes, because my high school uniform was, because yes, there was a uniform, was a dark green shirt. I want to say black jumper, but I don't think it was probably black. And then black trousers. Yeah, which meant in heat, it was like, oh god. Which randomly I made worse in my last few years by wearing a red jacket to school. I've again mentioned this, I prefer to come to seats. I think I might have mentioned it at Craft One actually. Also, I was quickly going to mention what I mentioned at the beginning. I mentioned the fact that I don't know whether footage for One Fight Tomorrow is going to be stupid. I'm not 100%. Just because in case of the videos were recorded Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I record 1 month out of the day, just in case I do need to do grinding. That way I'm not essentially still hunting and recording until like 3, 4 in the morning. Because say if I need to go and get 10 hours before I film the next one, I'd go get those 10 hours, do like 3 or 4 hunts. And say if I don't finish recording until half 11, which is sometimes the time I don't finish recording most hunter until. Sometimes I am there for 2, maybe 3 hours. So I say half 11, 12 o'clock. Then I can say spend like an hour, maybe 2. That's 2 in the morning. Just to get those levels. Or to get a specific thing for armor that I want for the next video or something. And if it's like a rare item, like a gem, mantle or something along those lines, that might be a few more hunts than that. That's what, 3, 4 in the morning when I'm starting recording. Then say if it's another case of the recording's going to a similar case of where it's taking me a couple of hours. That's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm then getting woken up by my alarm at 10 because I basically 10 to let you sleep into. I have an alarm that just goes off just in case. Because I know what I'm like. Just guys, not kidding when I say this. I was told by the office to the, like from my school, you had like, this office where you walk into if you were late or where parents would go and sign in. I was told by them one of the ones, have you considered setting them? I was like, yeah, I've got one. And they were like, you consider the second another. So I did. I had 2.
I'm back in the fight.
I had one to go off half an hour later than the first. I had the second one to go off like half an hour later than the first. Because guys, I was one of those people that's like, I don't want to get up this early. It's way too early. I want my sleep. So, yeah.
I've still got songs to sing.
But yeah, like, jeez. But yeah, like, I'd still be recording, and I'd only finish around 6. Which means I'm not getting to sleep until half 6, because I 100% wouldn't get straight to sleep. Potentially 7, and at that point I'd probably be like, well, this Friday might just pull an all-nighter. That's 2 videos. Come back at the same time recording, because I record at night just a bit easier. And a bit more cooler. Now I'm back along the same track, where I'm half asleep, and I still need to do a bunch of hunts. Although, a question that I never did fully answer myself is,
But now I think they're great.
if I wanted to, could I do a full week of uploading? And yes, I've technically answered this twice, but guys, both cases, I pre-recorded like 3 videos. Like,
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
because in both cases, it was a case of, I was uploading 3 Monster Hunter Worlds,
I sense great worry at you, Peter. What troubles you so?
Oh, just the fact that 2 Dr. Dooms are battling across all space and time and we're stuck in the middle. Yeah, it's nothing.
I was uploading 3 Monster Hunter Worlds, and then, for the first case, and then
The battle starts in 5,
4 episodes of Dispatch a week.
3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
And the Dispatch is recorded, like, like, say episode 1 and 2 of Dispatch, that was one night recording, because they took me under an hour each. Like, I can honestly tell you now, editing I did that because I wanted to keep, like, I wanted to keep the core part of the story together. If I was ever to redo it, there probably would be other parts I would take out. But unless I had to, essentially, because,
Thanks so much.
in the first episode, you go toe-to-toe with this dude who's basically full of acid. So, like, his whole body's made of acid. You then go toe-to-toe again in episode 8. And when I played episode 8, I was like, oh god, no.
I'm making a comeback.
No.
Mission area.
Oh god, no. I'm gonna have to edit around this again. And when it came to episode 8, I was more prepared. And same for episode 1 because I'd already played the episode. So I wanted to play them beforehand, and I'd already played the first 4. Before I was even like, you know what, yeah, I'll record them.
I can
Because we got 2 new episodes a week. And I started recording them the week beforehand. So when I started recording episode 5 and 6,
against the world.
episode 1 and 2, 5 and 6 has only just come out. And like those would get recorded Wednesday, Thursday.
Control lost.
Monster Hunter will get recorded Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Meaning Tuesday and Friday were available for stream. Which did mean for like 2 solid weeks, I really wasn't taking a break from content. Which, I'll say now, you definitely need to. I'm happy at the minute that I at least have a Thursday where I'm not recording or streaming. Can I say in the future where my Tuesday nights and Friday nights won't involve streaming? Possibly.
I'm back in the fight.
I might say in, say, 2 years, or say by the end of this year or something, turn around and be like, I kind of prefer record the content. And instead of, say, streaming them both, I might say record them both. And just have them uploaded on those nights.
You are under my protection.
Although, I think in both cases what I probably would do is, have it so, they come out the next day.
Powering up.
Because I wouldn't be able to record them and get them out the same day. I still haven't updated. So I think I probably would just do it a case of for Wednesday and Saturday. But a case of, by the time I even consider that, Monster Hunter would be done with. I think for the most part I probably would still I think at the bare minimum I probably would still keep, say, the 1 or the 2 streams. I'd probably say switch between which week.
Beholds the God of Thunder!
So and just sort of switch between all that. And potentially instead of, say, streaming for an hour on each, just roughly around that. I try to get to a bare minimum of an hour. Sometimes it's under, sometimes it is over, but the bare minimum I try to get to about an hour. To a point where I do sometimes just go into the practice range. But yeah, so, and then just basically work it around to say spend a couple of hours on each. but I overall don't 100% know.
I've still got songs to sing.
Control lost.
So there's also now, there is a little part of me when like the enemy team has just almost won, that I'm sort of like, they've got game, if we win it's just going to another round. And I'm sort of like, I'm not going to be that fast. And there have been points where I've been proven wrong, where we've come back 1 second game, got about halfway through the third, and we're doing really well, and I'm like, yes, we can do it.
Someone needs a snowball in the face.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
And there are points where I'm like, oh god.
I am ready to put on a show.
I'm trying to create some entertainment.
A nice deep freeze.
My healing could be better, and they've lost a D member. And we've got a balanced team compared to them. I mean, granted, they've just lost their tank, so it depends if they get another tank. Correction, should I say another
All
Vanguard?
I ever wanted to do was sing, really.
I was going to say this now. I am surprised how much episode 18 is basically just blowing up. Because that came
30
out
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Monday. And it's just... like, there is every so often, like, the odd random episodes. Like, Craft 1, The New Beginning, that's done really well. Was very much surprised at. Episode 2 did pretty well, so did episode 3. Which kind of led me to being like, oh, they're going to do all really well, and they're going to be amazing. Yeah, I don't know what was about those first 3 episodes. Like, granted, episode 1 has done amazing over the last 9 months.
Got it?
And then, weirdly, a title I will willingly say was sort of just like, sort of a case of clicky baity. Because it was my last Overwatch 2 video, being my only Overwatch 2 video, being my first Overwatch 2 video, and a bunch of people are probably going, wait, what now? Since when did he just start doing Overwatch 2 videos? It was more of a case of Overwatch 2 is, you know, no longer going to be Overwatch 2. Just going to Overwatch. And then, for the most part, a bunch of old videos. Which I will say now, I much prefer my modern day content as well. And it's like the top of my, it's like my best performing videos. Like, again, nothing wrong with my old content. But to me, it's cringy. And almost, you ask any YouTuber what they think about their old content, and they'll turn around and be like, yeah, it was cringy. Like, everyone's got this. Like, everyone's got that piece of content where there's, like, a video where they were like, oh god, why did I upload this? For me, it was a lot of my old videos because, again, when I started doing YouTube, I was like 13. I'm turning 23 this year. So, I sounded a bit more squeakier. I didn't know much at the time. I was young. Granted, I know for a fact there were people younger than I was then doing YouTube. But those people also have, you know, family support all that lot. Not the fact that I didn't, but for the most part I basically ran it myself. And because it was basically something for me. And so, but yeah. And that was before the fact of the age stuff, which was thank God. But again, I love the fact of Quest. Now, I will always appreciate what Quest did. It turned me into what I do now. Like, I'm still doing Minecraft content, it's just slightly different to what Quest was. Which is another reason why I don't think I very much doubt it. I think I'll only ever, like, for instance, the only ever time you'll currently get to see me doing Quest-related content will be basically quick Christmas-based messages.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have
Or
a
quick
winner.
celebration-based messages, which I showed them for the 10th anniversary. Missed opportunity, I'll say. And again, proven why I shouldn't have just given up. And thankfully, I didn't completely. But like if I'm gonna connect over to my Quest was who I used to be. Craftman who's who I am now. Because like the reason I don't think I would, I personally would feel like I'm doing a dissatisfaction. Like I'm essentially what I don't want to necessarily describe it as, but I feel like I'd be disturbing the grave. Which is why it's not my fight. You only ever see me going on a quest, being like, just for those who do want quest content, just me going, hey. And for a good while, I didn't really have access to the world. Like, the only... I was about to say, what was it telling me? Because for a good while, it was basically just on my Xbox. And it's another reason why I won't, because it was an Xbox series. And again, if you would go back and ask 2018 Tigris, you know, before the end of the year 2018 Tigris, before Spider-Man PS4 got announced, before I went into a mad rush of being like, I need Battle Pass is what I need. Oh god, I'm sure. Yeah. Would I ever switch to doing PlayStation-based content? I would have been like, no. Xbox for life, Xbox rules. Because that's who it was back then. I felt that the console was valid and Xbox was the best. To a point where me, a couple of other mates were like, hey, dude, you should get an Xbox. So this one mate who would only ever play PlayStation, and he did, apparently had problems, no idea. And I was like, damn it, we're now going to be playing games together. I got PlayStation 4, we ended up playing we've played years of games together. And there are some games that I would not be playing if it wasn't for the fact of getting a PlayStation. Monster Hunter, so that whole series would be out the window. I wouldn't have taken the gap, which meant my content wouldn't have changed. Because the reason I took the gap was because I felt like I was trying to force myself into content, because at the time I was like, I only want to play my PlayStation. So I took the gap just because I felt like I needed to. And it was a gap I needed. Like, overall I will say it's definitely progress I needed to do. I needed to step away from a few years, and at the time I was like, this is me permanently saying goodbye. I'm done with YouTube. I was like 18 at the time, I think. Maybe 19. So this was like 2021. So I was like 18. And so I was like, yeah, I'm just done with content. It might be in 2020. And then come last year, I was like, a few mates were streaming, I was like, I want to get back into content creation. So I started streaming a bit, then I got back into content. I was like, you know what, I want to do a new Minecraft series. And I was like, here's a good one, Craftmon. And I'm happy I did. Don't get me wrong. If you're new around here, please like, comment, subscribe. So I know there are a few people that rewatched this back at a later date. Which, to be fair, I would be one of those type of people that would rewatch back a stream. But that's just because of case of, unless I know how long something's going to be, it bugs my brain. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. This is Tigris signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.